Welcome to the latest episode of Honest Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at the Rollerblade RB 80mm skate. For those of you that have watched Honest Reviews in the past, I've done ones before where I tried to get into free skating and bought myself a setup. I got myself the Power Slide Next, I think it was 1110s, and just had an absolute nightmare with them. The shape of the shell didn't suit my foot whatsoever. I was getting absolute agonizing pains here, and in the arch, just because the boot was far too narrow for my skate. The boot was far too narrow for my skate. Boot was far too narrow for my foot. I tried various things to make them better. I took out the heel pads, I used different liners, I even tried heat molding liners. I tried to just work through the pain, but in the end, after about 4 or 5 sessions, I just had to give up on them. I was kind of put off free skates for a while because when I looked for alternatives online, I noticed that quite a lot of them were kind of narrow, so I decided just to put a free skate frame on a pair of aggressive boots that I trusted, that had a lot of sturdiness, and I used those for a while and kind of enjoyed them. But when I saw these, I was tempted by them. I like that it comes in various iterations. So the ones that actually got me into this were the Danny Aldridge Pro Skate. He has, I think his is called the Danny Aldridge RB 80. It's basically the same setup as this. It just comes with Danny Aldridge Pro wheels on them, which may or may not be different quality. And it comes in all black. This also comes, I think it's now a 110mm version as well, if you want bigger wheels, and it comes in a model called the Cruiser, but they all use the same shell. However, I managed to find a pair of these on eBay for quite cheap, pretty much half the price that they retail at. I decided to go for that because I bought the Power Slide Next at full price and instantly didn't enjoy them. They didn't work with my feet and it was just a complete waste of money. So I thought this time I'll buy a second-hand pair, and if I like them, once I've basically damaged them, get another set brand new from a shop. These apparently were only used 3 times, and it kind of looks that way. The wheels are in perfect condition. There's like maybe 2 scratches on the boot. When I first got them, I'm not that keen on the colorway. Green isn't really my thing. I don't really like bright colors in skates, but you know, when I saw them in person, they do still look really cool. I like the silhouette of the skate. I think it's really clean. It's got a kind of unimposing aesthetic, which I do enjoy. I tried these on, instantly didn't feel the discomfort that I felt with the Power Slide Next skates. That is because this boot is a lot wider and a lot more forgiving because I have a flat foot with a very low arch. And these, if you can see, don't really have, it's a pretty flat skate. In fact, if you take the liner out, it's got a heel pad, but the heel pad's actually kind of sunken into the skate, so it's not making it higher, it's just making it flat, and it's actually really skinny, but we'll get into that in a minute. They look really impressive, and when I tried them on, they were really comfortable, and you can see why, because if you take this off, which I'll probably struggle to do, the liner is really good quality. So it's not too thick. It's like, I would say it's kind of medium, but the foam is really hard, which I like. I like it because I think it offers good energy transfer in the skate, and I also think it offers great support. Taking these out, also comes with a good footbed that's flat and hard as well. So it's got like that bit there that doesn't really do anything, but it's like, it's not too thick and it's nice and firm, which I think is great. But the one thing I did notice is it's got quite a lot of padding on the top. So here, where it's normally quite thin on most, here, where it's normally quite thin on most liners, it's actually quite thick. Inside the skate, you get this bit of plastic that basically protects it because there's, you know, a kind of see-through part in the shell. This is the heel pad, which I think is really cool because as a rule, I kind of hate heel pads. I don't skate big gaps, I don't jump off big things anymore, so I don't really want one, and I feel like it impedes the speed of the skate. It makes you lean forward too much, and I prefer my foot to be flat. This, because there's an actual kind of like, I would say, what would you say, kind of section cut out in the bottom of the heel of the skate. So when you put this in, it doesn't actually raise the foot in the skate, it makes it flat. So I really like this. I tried these on with the stock liners and they did feel comfortable, but it was incredibly tight. Now, I'm a size 10 UK shoe, but I usually choose to skate size 9 skates just because the way the boot sizes work with most brands, you have the choice of either skating an 8 and 9 shell or a 10 and 11 shell. I would rather squeeze my foot into a smaller shell and have it feel tighter around my foot and offer more kind of better energy transfer and better control than using a bigger shell and having my foot kind of swimming around in it and it feeling loose and just not really good to control. I tried these on just basically sitting around the house for like 30 minutes and they didn't hurt, but it was just, I was incredibly aware that it was really tight and my toes felt really restricted, and I just thought if I start skating in these or doing stair rides or just like little hops and stuff, I'm just going to start bashing my toes. So I decided to swap these out for these Intuition liners V2. They are very expensive. I think they're around about £180 UK if you get them in a UK shop like Loco or Alchemist or Slick Willies. But I have used these for a year in I think 3 different pairs of skates, maybe even 4 pairs of skates. And if you take them out, which I will do with some difficulty because apparently I can't work buckles today. If you take them out, after a year of skating aggressive on them and giving them a lot of abuse, they are still in pretty good shape. Like there's a little bit of cosmetic damage at the side maybe, like there and there, but it's not impeded the performance in any way. This inside the Rollerblade RB 80 feels incredible. I've just been sitting wearing these around the house just to break them in or just kind of get a feel for them, and they feel so comfortable. I am really excited to try these out. I like this as a free skate setup because I think it's got a good transition from skating aggressive because the wheels aren't that big. Like you can get 110mm wheels or 115 or even 125 I think. But I think 80mm, if you come from an aggressive background, is quite a good kind of starting point from merging from one discipline into the other because it won't feel too high. And yeah, if you see, the frame's not that high off the ground, so it should be relatively simple to get used to. I'm really interested to use these. I want to see how it feels in terms of the cuff support. I want to see how it feels in terms of the comfort and with the strap on the top because I'm not used to skating skates with a 45-degree strap. So just see if it feels better or if it's uncomfortable. And just see how I get along with them. I'm really interested in free skating just because there's lots of really cool places around about Glasgow and the west of Scotland to skate, lots of bridges to skate over, paths, cool little hill routes to bomb, and things like we've got bike tracks as well. We've got quite a lot of bike tracks thanks to the Commonwealth Games, and they're really smooth, so you can just power around there and get a good quick workout and just absolutely destroy your thighs and calves, which as you get older and you work full time and you have kids and stuff like that, it becomes a lot harder to maintain your body or find time to, you know, keep yourself fit. Whereas something that's like really high intensity, really quick workout, you can do in a short space of time and still feel the benefits from it. I'm going to use these for a month, just kind of mess around, see what I can do in them, if I can do anything at all in them, and I'll let you know how I find them. And we're back. I've been skating the Rollerblade RB 80 Pro skate since March. It's August now, so yeah, like 5-6 months. And yeah, been really liking them. I normally have footage to show you of me skating the skates in most honest reviews or skating the product, but the majority of the time I used these, I was skating distance on my own, or I was skating with my daughter, who, as you can see from the footage, was not, the most ideal filmer. She doesn't really know how to work a phone or a camera, so that's why some of the footage looked like that. That's why some of the footage looked like this. Just point it that way. Get your fingers out there. Right, just point it like that, yeah?
For the full video?
Yeah. There you go.
So
and just remember to keep your hands out the way of the camera. I'm going to jump on that and roll along that, yeah? And I just want you to keep it like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I want you to just try and keep me in the middle the whole time.
Okay.
But been skating these an absolute ton. Really like them. I'm a size 10 UK. I got a size 9.5 UK. With the stock liner, my feet couldn't fit in it, but with the Intuition, it is absolutely great. One of the things I love about this skate is it's flat. Like a lot of freestyle or recreational skates you get have a raised heel. This, if you look at the profile of the boot, it is relatively flat, and if you take the liner out and a little bit of plastic, it's got a heel pad, but the heel pad is incredibly flat as well. It's not got a lot of lift, which I absolutely love. I'm not really a big fan of skates with a raised heel, and if I do skate or one with a raised heel, it has to be like quite minor. I don't really like the feeling of like leaning forward. I feel like you're skating on high heels. I feel like it makes the front wheels dig in and make the skate slower. So yeah, I'm just not really that keen on it. But with these, absolutely loved it. Previous attempts at free skating or recreational skating, just to get a break from aggressive and just keep fit without, getting the old like cuts and scrapes and bruises that you get from doing grinds and jumps and stuff like that. I've previously tried Celtic Bats frames, which was great, and they are a good frame and they do the job, and they're quite fast, but it was just really annoying having to switch out the freestyle for the aggressive on the same skate, because you have to take out the middle 4 wheels. It's just quite annoying that at the start of every session, it basically involves having to dismantle and reassemble your skates. I also tried the Powerslide Next 110 skate and just absolutely hated it. It was one of the most painful skates I've ever used. I'm not sure if it was due to my foot shape or the type of foot arch that I have, but just nothing I tried worked with it. No liner change or taking out heel pads or putting in heel pads in or extra foot beds, or just nothing worked. These are completely different. This is the first free skate setup that I've managed to get along with. It wasn't entirely perfect. The first few sessions that I skated it, I noticed that even with the 45-degree strap quite loose, I still felt quite a bit of pressure there. I don't know if it was just the tightness of the shell against my foot, but it did go away. So like for the first 15-20 minutes, I would get slight discomfort on the top of my foot round about here. And then as long as I just skated through it, eventually it faded away. After about, I'm gonna say maybe 10 sessions, it just went altogether. Now, whenever I wear these, I don't get any discomfort at all. So I think maybe just the shell has loosened a little bit, or got acclimatized to the shape of my foot. I have clocked up so many Ks in these. I've skated, I'm gonna say at least 100K just on my own, and then I've taught my daughter to skate. I wear these, she wears a pair of micro skates, and we've just been absolutely loving them. I am not the biggest fan of the colorway. In fact, you can't even get this colorway anymore because they're so out of date. They've actually brought out new ones, which are available now. I think they're white and red, or white and black. I think they might be white and black, but these are available in a number of different versions. You can get the Danny Aldridge Pro, you can get, which is black I think, and I think you can get different like wheel sizes, but the shell, can't fault it. It's lightweight, it's responsive, even the stock wheels and bearings felt really fast. I've changed them, I've rotated them out a few times, and they're coning, you know, a little bit to one side, but they're lasting well. I don't see me having to change them out anytime soon. I only get out on these maybe once a week or once every couple of weeks, so it's not like I'm going to be absolutely firing through the urethane. Also, in comparison to most like freestyle skates that you can get on the market, these are relatively cheap. I'm sure I got these for under £200, and you know, some of them, with, if you want to go high end up to adapt, you're talking like, you know, £400 or £500, possibly even more. Or if you're wanting Seba ones, they go, yeah, from like 150, 200 right up to God knows what. So as an entry level skate, I'd say these are absolutely incredible. You can even make them, like, boost them slightly. You can put endless frames on them, you can put better wheels on them. I've obviously put a better liner in it. But yeah, I would say there's a reason why Danny Aldridge uses this skate, and it's because it works and it's great. It's functional. I have very little bad to say about it, actually. The past couple of honest reviews, I've been quite lucky with products. Normally I find things that drive me absolutely nuts about them. But these are brilliant. They've got various options to customize them and, you know, like tailor them to your needs. So from that aspect alone, it's just really good. I would thoroughly recommend picking up a set of these. Like I said, this colorway is not available anymore, which is probably for the best because it's got that kind of action man army thing going on that I'm not really a fan of. I would rather it just be, I don't know, all black or all grey or white, or yeah, I'm betraying the fact that I'm just a big heavy metal goth, like not a fan of colour person right now. So yeah, I would recommend checking them out. They're available at various places. I think I've seen them at Loco Skates. They're available at Slicks, which is a shop based in London. And I'm sure if you look online, you'll be able to pick up a set. But yeah, if you've tried these, leave a comment and let me know what you think of them. But yeah, I'm really getting along well with them, and I think I'm going to be sticking with them for a while. I kind of struggle to find skates that don't hurt my feet or like pinch my toes or, you know, just cause me discomfort in some way. So it's a pleasant surprise when I find something that works and has relatively little break-in time. I've got nothing else to say about this skate, so yeah, leave your comments in the comments section and let me know what you think.